All right, this is the next recording I want you to look at for February 9th. This is the assignment I would like you to have done by the end of the class today and uploaded on Blackboard by 5 p.m. tonight. So this is another option I did for the bathroom. Looked at a little smaller lamp. That may have been the way to go, but that's neither here nor there. But what I want you to do is you need to come up with 5 iterations. Excuse me, I've got the camera sitting on this. 5 practice sketch overlay changes, okay? So what I want you to do is maybe you have to alternate, you have to do 5 different quick changes to this drawing, as though you were meeting with a client or an architect or myself or one of your other faculty here in the program. And you're going to just lay this over it and you're going to do quick changes. So like, let's say your first change is put a soffit over the sink instead of this light, right? So I would say, okay, a soffit, I could come down 1 foot, I can come out 2 foot, right? So I can look at that. Notice I'm off a little bit, but you can interpret that. So this would be at the back wall. Let me try and straighten this up. And then I would go up my foot, right? And then I'd have this. So a soffit, if you look at it, kind of becomes a bulkhead, right? So maybe I want to do that instead of a hanging light, and then I can put can lights in it, right? That could be one option for this drawing. You can even do where it might go up back here, where this panel would project light down, right? Without the can, it'd just be a wash down. This gets the light more on the person's face, but you could talk about what your clients need for that. So that's one. So you just finish this, right? These are quick sketches. This is what you guys need to be working towards. So when you are meeting with clients or others, you can get your point across relatively quickly. Okay, and let's say on this one we're going to leave the mirror where it's at, but we now don't have that lamp. Okay, so that's one option. Let's do option 2. Notice I'm just flipping trace paper. Let's say we want to put in base cabinets instead of it being open like this with just a 1-inch thick countertop. So let me again try to line my drawing right. Okay, so if I want the same drawing size for my countertop, right? But now I only want my top to be about 1 inch thick, 1.5 inches. That's pretty thin. There's my back wall. Let's say I want it to be a drop-in sink. So that would just be like that, but I could still keep my faucet wall hung. Now, for base cabinets, then what you do is I know, okay, they come out 18 inches, and then I'm going to carry that up. So you can see the countertop's already further out. I would come over, that'd be my line, I'd come up. I also know there's a toe kick, but a toe kick is approximately 4 inches. So it's going to be like that. So in reality, the base of my cabinet is back here, and this is the front of my cabinet. Okay? So I can quickly go in and adjust. Okay? If you're drawing in a lighter pencil, you just go over it with a darker line. You wouldn't have to erase, right? Again, I'm just trying to give you an idea. So then cabinets are about 30 inches wide. So this is my 30. I could come out, that'd be my front. So there. And then that would put one here. Okay. And then I could look at, do they have, you know, are they boxed out? Or do they have, maybe I try different styles on the door while I'm talking to my client. You know, what kind of style door are you thinking you want? Something clean with a nice contemporary, right? So that's an option. That's a drawing. Let's see, another one you can do. Again, get my drawing aligned on here. As close as I need it to be. Let's change the mirror size. Okay, so now you should do this on a full sheet. I'm just trying to save myself some paper today. But I could come in here, I could look at this, and I can say, well, I know it makes sense to have the mirror over there because you want to encourage people to step off to the side, right? But doesn't mean you can't have a mirror that goes all the across. You just stop it short enough, right? You guys have all seen stuff like this in restaurants, right? And I'm going to put my frame around it because that makes it look more expensive, right? And now the mirror can be shared by both people, so that's an option. And then let's look at, what's another thing you could do? I'm going to just drop down to this one. Let's say, or I can even come back to this. Let's say I like the idea of that soffit. I kind of like the way that bulkhead comes down, the weight of that. But again, I like the idea maybe of my mirror coming all the way across. So I would shorten it up, right? So that could be another option where you're maybe combining two different types of things you looked at. We're going to be laying our floor in a herringbone pattern, okay, which will have your tiles going this way, okay. So maybe you want to look at another way in which you can lay your floor tile. So maybe you want to do it like an inset. Maybe you want it to follow along like this. Okay, we'll just assume it comes out a little farther and maybe come up. And we've got maybe our dark cherry, medium cherry, and maybe this is light oak. Okay, so we'd be depending on the thickness of the wood, you don't draw them all, but then you can draw little lines that indicate where. Okay, your finishes might change. So there's that gives me a much more traditional look, where the others a much more contemporary look. But in that short 9 minutes, less than 9 minutes, I did several different iterations of things that we could discuss with a client and how we could move forward with this project and what are some ideas, and this is brainstorming. Okay, this is where we want you to get to, where you're just comfortable and throwing this stuff down. Now, my lettering could leave a lot to be desired today, but just keep playing around, keep doing iterations, changing it around, seeing what you want to do. And these 5 sketches, complete them though, right? Give me the whole back wall, what's happening on the ceiling, whether it's a different fixture. You could even, like on this one, where I did the floor, you could even up here on the ceiling, what if you wanted to do like a coffered ceiling? So it comes up a foot to here, and then from my vanishing point there, and here's my ceiling. Okay, so now this is at our 11 foot like we had it, but now this is a foot, and that's at a 12 foot high. So we have an 11 foot, and then we have a 1 foot rise to a 12 foot ceiling height. Okay, so just keep playing around and sketching and giving me some different ideas on how you would give your client options for this bathroom.